everybody. You see me?
Put it on mask on strap, draw, try to run, he ain't get that far.
Hey, man.
This bro try spin that block, they can't go switch that car. Till I output, they get blasted, lawyer gon' spake that card. Hanging out on black Suburbans, Blicky gon' hit that target. Put it on mask on strap, draw, try to run, he ain't get that far. This bro try spin that block, they can't go switch that car. Till I output, they get blasted, lawyer gon' spake that card. Hanging out all black Suburbans, Blicky gon' hit that target. Whole lot of shots like the space off, been through a hay, got the roof with a Draco. Back from the M's in the case closed, but on my kick, that's some stomping the face off. Chop off a little with a chainsaw, no cap, I'm in the booth with a bankroll. Stuffing the clip a whole tray, oh, he ain't gon' shoot, why the fuck is the gang though? When I'm on Fetty, catch Fetty, that's Fetty. Count hella bins, we chase that Zelly. Henny on Henny on Henny on Henny. Hanging the spot, get Benny on deck. Bustin' a 40, spit on your shorty, don't do Bacardi. Bunch of piñata, open your mata, shoot up the party. Fuck we live, shit to the head, get beat up like Molly. If I'm not on the A, then I'm in the field, so I'm a big guard. He clicked at me hella bodies. Spin your hood and kill anybody. If you listen to medics, got him. He's dead, but we paralyzed him. Put it on mask on strap, draw, try to run, he ain't get that far. This boat try spin that block, then can't go switch that car. Till I brought they get blasted, lawyer gon' spank that chart. Hanging out all black Suburbans, Blicky gon' hit that target. Getting money off the zelly, in and out of like a deli. Free that nigga Skelly, grab a bullet in his belly. B&B some fuck a telly, fuck up a shot. We don't do the jumping, shotgun start to pump it. See him slipping, I'ma dump it. Kill a nigga, then we dump him. Throw his body in the dumpster, spin through like air. We move a walk and get shot in the face. I heard they dropping the brakes, but we got the Addy and we on the way. Swerving, lurking, slipping, murking, perch with burners. This some murder, person put him in. Birthday got his face, print on the shirt. Hop out, strap, joint, head tap, try to ride, he ain't get that far. Been through 2 shooters, 1 driver, we gon' kill that boy. We gon' bend that block, you gon' hear that noise. All we know is that eyes, no attempt to leg shots, hit him in his head top. Put it on mask on strap, joint, try to run, he ain't get that far. This bro try spin that block, they can't go switch that car. Till I brought they get blasted, lawyer gon' spank that card. Hanging out all black Suburbans, Blicky gon' hit that target. Put it on mask on strap, joint, try to run, he ain't get that far. This bro try spin that block, they can't go switch that car. Till I brought they get blasted, lawyer gon' spank that card. Hanging out all black Suburbans, Blicky gon' hit that target. Sniper the Blicky, the Blicky.
Now, shout out to all my YouTubers. Shout out to Also Bossy. That's my G. Also Bossy. Follow his YouTube page. Also Bossy. Alright, that's my G. You know. Now, in Schemo, you know what I'm saying? Scheme team. You know, we follow him too. You know, that's good people. You know what I mean? So now, I'm gonna tell you, alright. So now, a lot of people hit me up and asking me why I was no jailhouse story. You know, the time I was in prison. It's not to be glorified by a lot of things in life, you know. But I'm gonna tell you, right? I'm gonna tell you, mine. Shout out to Maryland. Alright, shout out to DMB. Shout out to Maryland. You already know it. Shout out to Baltimore. Be more careful, you know what I mean? All my J's, you already know what it is, you know what I mean? All my Maryland people, you know what I mean? Shout out to Cash too, you know what I mean? Cash, see this video, you already know what it is, man, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm gonna tell you my experience in Maryland Correctional Institution. You know, as an out-of-town person, it's kind of rough, but hey, it is what it is, you know. Now, I'm telling you, it's different between the 2000s and the 90s, okay? You know what I'm saying? I say 1997. It was different, you know what I mean? Going to DOC in Baltimore City, you know, I say, it's kind of say going rough, you know what I mean? But anyway, my first time going in, it was like, I was kind of experience, you know what I mean? Going to Baltimore City, you know. Back then, right, we were going through the system, they were giving us, I say, no fill cigarettes, the black and white body, we smoke, we don't smoke, you know what I mean? So when I was young at the time, you know, like people on like mostly on the last floor, like you go like a security level, I say it was sky high. At the time, you know, most of the people out of town, pilot trousers, you know what I mean? It was crazy, you know? Now being young, right, going to basically it's remember always remember there's two kinds of cuts. You know what I mean? You got the baby cut. A lot of people both want to know what I'm talking about. A lot of the baby cut, you got the cut innards and out back. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You know what I mean? So at the time when I was going in young and everything, you know, how I say go to m.c.i.j. Before that, m.c.i.j. wasn't no pro, it was no pro thing, you know, it was straight, how to say, domes. You got L1 building, L1, L2 upstairs, you know what I mean? The B building was the kitchen, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I mean? Now, B building is back in. Now, I'm going to tell you my story. First time going in, man. See, going in the prison system is kind of different from the county, or you go to the city jail, you're going upstate, you know what I mean? So at the time being young back in the day, so it was a kind of different, it was way different, it was wide open. A lot of people that tell you know about Baltimore City, they will tell you we had clothes, we were clothes before it started all that bullshit, locking, taking away our clothes and all that stuff. We had certain things, especially the cut. Everybody know about the cut. So shout out to Miss Blue. Yeah, everybody know who Miss Blue is. Shout out to Miss Blue, the officer, the Jackson, you know, the kitchen lady, you know. Now, going in, now it's different from New York, like you get locked up now. You are out of town, so shout out to all the out of town people that get locked up in different states, man. You spirit this shit. You got a story to tell about this, you know. Back then, it was like a few days, you know, going to see it. Being young, you gotta know what's going on, you know. So for the first beginners, y'all know, you know, you gotta stay in a straight path. You know, back then jail was different from now, you know what I mean? So it's kind of different maximum, medium, and supermax. So shout out to my niggas in Cumberland. You know what I mean? You already know what it is, B. I see this face, you already know, man. Still holding it down, still right. Real right, you know? You already know, B. Keep it funky. Now, at the time being young, this we know what shit was real. It was at Child Town one day, right? I was in Child. Now, m.c.i.j, you go downstairs, like I say, the kitchen was on what? If you the dome, before they had the dome, it was like what? The mess hall was down. Like first you in the L building, the 3 building, you go in, the kitchen is outside, and you go like a child hall room, right? So now you got the chair, you see the side, you know, if you ever been down, you know, in the house, m.c.i.j, because the cut is different. The cut is different. You go downstairs and shit. You already know the stairs. I can tell you all about that too. That'll be my next story. You know what I mean? So now going to m.c.i.j, now as me sitting down one day, I was like, oh my god, beginning of my time. Sitting at the table. Then now you see games. But time you from out there. You know what I mean? It's not to join no game. I mean, you deserve to find out what the fuck is going on. You deserve your surroundings, right? So at the time, me being young, you know, coming from New York, you already know New York. In the 90s, you already know this, man. We out there get that money trapping. We already know what it is, you know. So at the time, me being, I don't know, like 16, 17, 17 at the time, young, something like 18. Nah. I was around like, yeah, around 17 and 18 at the time. So now 17. So they ready to do. So in the end, so I'm experienced like, oh my god, you know. So now at the time, we had clothes, like family would see clothes packages, you know what I mean? You know, either way, clothes in town. And it was like, I said, oh shit, you know. But now, as we've been, I see certain things like the games, you know, I say certain structure. Now, it's different now. It's not like New York, you see, like, okay, you see Latin Kings, you see Bloods, you see Crips. I knew about that shit back then. Back then, you know, when you brought up New York was known for overtime crime and all this shit, you know? So now, now going to the border wall from the DOC, you know what I'm saying? On Kingston Madison Street, I already know what it is. You see the pin right there. You already know what I'm talking about, right? Shout out to my Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? When I'm going today, at the time, I see certain things happen. So I'm eating at the table. Now back to eating at the table, you know, we go online, like come here, sit right here, sit right there. That's when the time you had the glass pitcher of water at the table. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, the glass pitcher of water on the table. So by the time eating, so there's no I could like notice something like people had their own sitting down. It was a little separated. You notice it by you just peeping everything down, right? So now that's how most back then it wasn't no Bloods. It was how I say m.c.i.j. Yeah, shout out to m.c.i.j niggas. You already know. I know what I'm talking about. The FOE family over everything. You already know. You know, at the time, then me being young, I see white names. Find out it was like DMI, you know, DMI day. I don't want to talk so much about that shit, you know what I mean? But anyway, called DMI. The other ones was, well, you know, my J's. You already know. You already know what it is, you know. You call it what? The name BGF. My J's, you know. Good people, you know. Now, as me being young, you know, seeing shit, you know. Now, this jail was so wide open, bro. Wide open. I'm talking about shit you just never seen in your life. Now, at the time, you see clothes. I see the chains on, like platinum. Like, yo, this is no game. It's so real shit. Young niggas getting money up there. This is a city. You like, oh shit, in another city, the jail, right? So at the time, right, young and shit. And this is what I know. The shit was real up there. Now eating at the table. As me not knowing better, that you know I had, oh, you know, you hear a snap, boom, right? I turned around, I done heard this pop, pop, nigga stabbing a nigga through fucking water, grease with water and baby oil, like hot grease, hot the kitchen, just threw it on him. Y'all know what I'm talking about because Mr. Jackson said, oh shit, and when the dude was poking him, yo, the dude stabbed this nigga up so many fucking times. The dude was fighting for his life, right? Boom, boom, boom. This, you know, I know the game was real. When a nigga said, I'm still a fucking G. I'm like, oh shit, nigga had pull hole from right here to all the way down. It was still leaking. So much blood went on my fucking food, man, I ain't eat it. I was like, oh shit. Now, as we get out of time, nigga, the seal didn't do nothing. You already know what the shit was. You remember, you know? So at the time, me being young and everything, I was like, okay, now I got, but this I know, this shit was real myself, but he had power. Like, this is something. As being, you know, as me being young, he was telling me how the jail is and all that. You know, I'm young, you know, like I don't smoke cigarettes. I gave my cigarettes. He's like, yeah, you got it, you know. So boom, the time tell. Shout out to Fat Albert Archer. You already know. Shout out to Uncle Smiley. You already know who Uncle Smiley. There's nothing to talk about. You already know. Uncle Jake. You know. Cell Block. Yeah, real people, bro. You know. I get to that later on in my next chapter. You know what I mean? But We was bitten together, you know what I mean? See what's going on, man. Show me how to belt. Shout out, find out. Y'all already know who brought the butt naked dope out of the ball over there. Shout out. Y'all already know Albert. That's my nigga, B. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? He's home now, doing good, you know? So, anyway, he see me. He like, yeah, he was a young buck at the time, you know what I mean? Yeah, bro. So at the time, you know, I'm showing out of bed and everything, you know? And now, this I know shit was real. You know what I'm saying? It was a beef one day at nighttime, right? Now it's dormitory now. This is dormitory, right? So now, second day here, no, third day in m.c.i.j. Third day. Now, there was this dude at nighttime, or something, right? At like 12 o'clock at night, I got up, right? I said, good, I was in the bathroom. So at the time, I seen, I said, a stick up. A stick, you know. Now, a lot of people don't know a stick means somebody cold the shower up. Don't go in, alright? That's what I'm, let's let y'all know. Don't go in, you know what I mean? You know, at the time, I didn't know, so boom, I went in, like, oh, I had to go to the bathroom, piss and shit, right? Next you know, yo, no bullshit, bro. So I got the bathroom, right? I heard, so I'm like, oh, fuck. So, you know, I had my sneakers on, strapping up like this. Yo, the shit is crazy. So I went back to my bed. I'm on point, right? So, next you know, I saw the dude ran out. So I'm looking like, oh shit, right? So now, the domes, everybody know about the domes. The CO is no fucking CO. So y'all already know what they're talking about. There's only one CO. That nigga always fall, you know what I mean? If you the dome, you got L1, the gym, you already know upstairs, it's L2, you know, everybody know what it is. So at the time, the dude, so I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right? So I'm on point, you know what I mean? Eyes open, it's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, but I have to count, you know? So, and as you know, this is Maryland jails. Y'all know about Maryland jails? Y'all already know that this shit is real in Baltimore. So, everybody Jessup. Everybody that know about Jessup, they'll tell you. You know what I mean? Not the town, I'm talking about the jail in Jessup. You know what I mean? You know? So, at the time, going up, so now, back to the thing, right? So, I was sure, so the dude just came out and said, I didn't want to suck it. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, yo, so the dude said, basically, the dude hit the nigga with a lock in the sock, dragged him back in the bathroom, and still raped his ass, yo. You know where they came from? Owing money over some cigarettes. And this one I know tobacco wasn't good. You know what I mean? Owing people. And yeah, this dude was like, this dude didn't give a fuck, right? This nigga took the shit. You know what I mean? Tore his ass up like nobody's business. Then it was so crazy about it. The next day, yeah, he was baking, bro. You know? Yeah, you know? So now, you know, people know third day, fourth day, you gonna get your property. You know what I mean? From DLC, everything you gotta check out, you know, all that shit you got, you know what I mean? You gotta write it down, all that shit, right? So, boom. And the thing, right? So now, the Maryland, they got, like, how you say, games. They get her, run shit, certain games. But at the time, as me, everybody knew who I am. You know what I mean? Being the only homie back in the days. I was the only homie. You know what I mean? Real facts. You know what I mean? And maximum. You know what I mean? And holding shit down too. You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. You know? Keep myself neutral and still hold it down. You know what I mean? You already know what it is. So all the real rights know, man. Shout out to Lil Crut, man. You already know Lil Crut. You know what I mean? That's my little G, man. I tell a story about him. You know what I mean? Everybody know who Lil Crit is. Dale Anderson. That's my little nigga, man. You know what I mean? Little nigga, been together, young kid. Shorty nice with his shit, yo. I'll tell you about that shit. Hello, right? Man, we don't lock us together, man. Holding shit down. You know what I mean? Real facts. I can tell you something about that little nigga, man. Man, damn. Shout out to CJ too, man. You already know. CJ from East Side. You know what I mean? From the East. Come on, man. You already know what it is, man. Shout out to Dante. You already know. My man Don, nice and ball and shit. You know what I mean? J Don. So, yo, so at the time, right? So we all, so I'm seeing this shit. So I see niggas got it blicky down, you know what I mean? Gun down and shit for owing money. So that's when I knew, like, okay, shit is real, you know? So at the time, you already know you gotta get you a blade, dog. You know what I mean? You don't want to live like that, but in there, it was like no whole bars, B. You know what I mean? Niggas don't rock the cell phone. Shit, this is something back then niggas didn't understand. You know what I mean? It's like I say, people say on the island, Rikers Island, how Rikers Island is, but yo, in Maryland, there, back in the 90s, 97, 98, and all that, niggas know what it is before they stop the cigarettes and shit. Because they remember they stopped that shit in the cut. We always in the cut. We try to take our TVs away, take all that shit away. In the 2000s, I know what it is, man. Shout out to all my real niggas, man. Shout out to Big Rock Lester. Shout out Uncle Smiley. I already know Uncle Jake. I already know who was up down there, man. Flex, Big Flex. It's two brothers, man. You already know. One was ECI and one was in the cut, man. You already know what it is, man. Straight up, man. Those my niggas, man. Come on, man. Real right. Shout out to fella. They got life, man. Let that man free, man. Real, man. Come on, man. So, yo. So, long story short, right? So, we was getting, yo, man. So, then that was like my birthday. So, now we go back to my property, right? So, we go get our property and shit, right? So, now, I'm on my property now. And from there, you get like cigarettes, this and that, third, you get proper things. So, you know what you order. Like, you go order a couple clothes and things. So, boom. At the time, you know, we had like state greens, you know, take clothes, DLC, the blue ones. You already know the sweatpants. You already know we had the sweatpants in the gray, in the shirt. People that in the cut. That's what we had on, the gray ones. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The big ass jackets, man. You know. So at the time and shit, right? That property and shit. Now, this is time I tell you, this is how niggas line people up, right? If you out of town, man, like I said, you think everything is like, okay, I'm gonna chill, do my time. It's alright, you try to do your time, but being out of town, you gotta put your work in. I'm telling you straight up, you gotta put that work in, man. And this is no lie, no game, no something, right? Now, I'll tell you the first incident I had, you know what I mean? Me, let alone. Shout out to Fat Al to hold me down, you know what I mean? Shout out to Uncle Smiley too, hold me down too. This story is straight like that, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, at the time, right? I know this little lame ass nigga, but at the same time, I ain't put no names, but we don't do no names, this and that, third. But at the time, you had to put the work in, you know, man. And at the time, as being out of town person, you're not from out there, you know, you'll say you from New York now. You gotta hold your barrel down, but you know some real shit. You know, see, everybody that know me, they'll tell you, bro. You know what I mean? Bones, always, you know what I mean? Always, you know what I mean? So, it's not to be scared, real right, no, man. So, at the time, being young, come on, man. You got a lot of time, man. You gotta think about it, man. You got 25 flat, man. So, 10 for 15, you gotta do 15 at the door first, you know what I mean? Hey, so you gotta think about it. You got a long time to bed, you got a lot of time. So it's what you do with the time, you know. At the time, the beginner, I'm gonna tell y'all young kids, don't go to jail if you ain't built like that. Y'all can do this, but this right here, and trade up, you're not built like that, man. Trust me, y'all. Shit is real, you know what I mean? Especially in the max. That game shit don't count, bro. Real. Sometimes hold weight, sometimes don't, bro. You know what I mean? Real shit, you know. Man, you gotta know, man. Because real people, real right, all that shit don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They put that knife in you. You know what I mean? And at the time, they didn't know about they had no razors where niggas had the guns for. stagnant. It's like in Maryland, you already know niggas straight hawks. Shout out to my DC niggas. You already know the Murder Inc. niggas. You already know what it is, man. Yeah, they were down. Yo, shit was crazy. So you got Maryland in there, Bowie County, Bowie. You know how I say PG County, because PG County and DC that's together. I'm gonna tell you about that story too. When DC and Baltimore went at it, oh my fucking god, yo. I'm gonna tell you the story about that. You know what I mean? That was my long stories. You know what I mean? But meanwhile, you know what I mean? Shout out to Big Squeaky. Shout out to Big Squeaky from DC, Southeast. Monster from Northwest. They're locked up. You already know what it is, man. Shout out to Damo. Shout out to Dog. Yeah. Shout out to Kiki. You already know. You know what I mean? Real niggas. You know what I'm saying? Locked up, you know? Now. Yeah, so at the time, I seen how it was going down out there, you know what I mean? In the jail. So every time we quit working, somebody tried me. So at the time, it was over a phone. And it's crazy, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm talking to my family now. So you know when somebody like, yo, I had a phone, he had a phone, but he tried to listen. So it's not, in my head was like, damn, what I should do, right? Yo, as a ball burst, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put that work in, man. I started swinging, yo, word it on. I tried to off this nigga, yo, word it on. He started thumping, like he was bumming, like, yo, straight up. You know what I mean? At the same time, you know, maybe took it. So, you know, COs, this is crazy. The COs didn't do shit. We just straight bumming. Boom, 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 boom. And you already know, after that, you already know it's how it was. So at the time, you know, they're about to bake me. You know, I'm wrong. You already know, come do Jack. You know what I mean? So my punk buddy had four. You already know what it was, man. You already know. So at Sean to man, like, yo, man, I've been. So, with anything, you know, like a new guy, you got to put that work in. So, at the same time, you already know. Boom, 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 boom. Now, I put that work in. They respect me on the door, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta get bloody on it, you know what I mean? No facts. They'll be like, but yo, you gotta think about it. You got a lot of time, my nigga. So you're gonna be here for a minute, you know? So at the time, I was working, so I feel a little cocky, a little skinny, nigga. I was skinny. It wasn't no like, I was muscle up. You had a little size on, but I tell you what this. Being young, man, and you know how to do that, you know. That's the first time I ever poked a nigga. Yo, the shit was crazy though, you know what I mean? And this is something you don't never want to think about ever. You know what I mean? Think about because you're fighting for your life. You know what I mean? So I tell you, young kids, stop going to jail, bro. Real fact. Now I'm gonna tell you more, right? What hides the hole, record the shoe. Everybody know. Like say time you go to the hole. You go to hold, do your time like 200 days, well, maybe more. But sometimes you get the little buns in the hole from the CEOs too, you know what I mean? Hey, I can tell you a story about that too in the city, you know what I mean? Everybody know what it is, man. The real rights know, you know what I mean? Shout out to them be more, you know what I mean? You already know. So that's my story for now, you know what I mean, about Maryland. Crushing institution, you know. Shout out to my Maryland people, get at me, you know what I mean? Bones Underdog get money. They get better and better. I got the StreamYard now. StreamYard. I'm just learning now about that. They get better, but I'm just keep on talking about the ball jail Maryland stories about all jails in Maryland from ECI, m.c.i.j. You know what I'm saying? The castle. You already know what the castle is. You know, the old jail. You know, in Cumberland, Ultramax. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about that in my next videos. You know what I'm saying? Get better and better. You know what I mean? Shout out to all them out of town niggas that locked up in different jails, man. You know what I mean? Holding it down. You know. You got a story to tell. You know what I mean? Real shit. And shout out to the niggas that keep their mouth quiet too. B. You already know. You know. The real rights, man. Free the real rights, man. You already know what it is, man. And keep the bastards in, man. Real shit, man. You know, real talk. One.